You ever get the feeling you're walking into a setup, like the universe decided to throw you into someone else's movie except you're not the hero, just the problem nobody saw coming? Yeah, that was me, Alyssa Grant, new girl at Millbridge High, walking into that too perfect, too quiet Missouri suburb with a target already taped to my back. Third day in, and already I missed Detroit, the grit, the noise, the way the streetlights hummed their own version of the truth. Out here, the silence was too clean, the lawns too green. The houses lined up like teeth in a forced smile. Everybody pretending not to see you, but seeing you all the same. So, picture this. It's 7 a.m., my mom's already at the hospital, the Civic coughs awake, and I'm bracing myself in the passenger seat like I'm gearing up for a fight. Maybe I was, All those years of martial arts burned the fear out of me. But nothing prepares you for a new high school social order, where the gloves are always off and the punches are invisible. The second I stepped inside, the place buzzed in that way only high school's dolickers banging, some kids screaming along to TikTok, eyes everywhere. I kept my head up. Confidence, posture, measured steps. I could practically hear Master Wong in my head. The way you walk in is the way you walk out. Yeah, well, walking in felt like stepping into enemy territory. My locker was a dead Zanino decorations. No friendly scribbles, just my books lined up like little soldiers. And yeah, I was the only black girl in that whole row, maybe in the hallway. You'd think after Detroit, I'd be used to standing out, but standing out here was different. Here, you felt it in every pause, every whisper clipped short, every bleach blonde ponytail nudging her friend, every varsity jacket hiding something sharp behind the smirk. Lunchtime is when it all went down, the kind of cafeteria scene you only see in bad teen movies, except real, with that layer of menace nobody ever writes in. I'm scanning for somewhere to sit when I hear him. Zach Taylor. Didn't even stand up, just leaned back in his Letterman like he owned the air. Hey, new girl. We got a tradition here. His two shadows, Ethan and Logan, already snickering. Tradition? I asked, deadpan, not giving him an inch. New students pay a little insurance. So things don't get lost, schedules don't get messed up. He grinned, waiting for me to break. I didn't. You running a business, or just bored? His smirk wavered just for a second. I set my tray down and locked eyes. I don't pay for protection, I said, quiet but steady. Place went still. He tried to shake it off, call me cocky, but I just walked away. Phones are already up. That's when I realized I'd made myself the story. And stories travel fast. By the next day, my locker was jammed, pink gum shoved in the keyhole, a silent little signature. My notebook disappeared, Logan flipping through it across the cafeteria, doing this sad impression of my handwriting. I walked up, asked for it back, and when he played games, I snapped a photo. Evidence, I told him. That cracked his act. But that's when Marcus, a quiet junior, stepped in. You're smart, but you don't know how it works here. Zach doesn't lose. He told me about Luis, the kid before me who tried to fight fair. Zach's dad runs half this town. His uncle's the sheriff. So yeah, the game was rigged. By the end of the week, it was death by 1,000 little humiliations, spilled chocolate milk on my backpack, homework ruined, gym clothes soaked and stuffed in my locker. Every time I brushed it off, I could feel the distance growing. Even teachers looked at me sideways. And Zach, he waited, let the tension build, then called me out in English class, asking me to speak on racial injustice. I kept it cool, referenced integrity, bias, all that, but he clapped slow, dripping sarcasm. So articulate, he said. Impressive for someone from your background. I wanted to laugh or scream, but I just said, you'd be surprised what people from my background are capable of. The bell saved me. The real shift came when Marcus caught up with me, said, you drew blood. Zach doesn't let that go. He told me what happened to Luis, the so-called accident, the fall down the stairs, the silence that followed. His dad's the school board president. If he wants something buried, it disappears. Why was he telling me this? Because I'm tired of watching people like Zach run this place. You stood up and didn't blink. That night, my mom DR. Monica Parker walked in, handed me tea, and just sat. I saw the video, she said. Are you safe? I wanted to say yes, but I couldn't. Then we find a way to protect you together, she said. I shook my head. I think I need to protect myself and maybe a few others. The next day, I got a note from Marcus. They're watching. No surprise. By then, even my backpack felt heavier with all the stairs. After school, I headed out alone, earbuds in, no music, just needing the illusion of distance. Then I felt it. Zach, Ethan, and Logan closing in. Told you this wasn't over, Zach said. I didn't even flinch. I didn't think you'd be this predictable. Logan whistled. Ethan cracked his knuckles. You got a big mouth for someone so quiet, he said. I gave him one chance. Turn around, walk away, and this ends. Zach laughed, reached for my shoulder. Bad move. 8 years of muscle memory took over. In less than 10 seconds, I dropped all 3. It wasn't a fight. Not real lie, it was a message. Phones were out, and by the time I got home, the whole school had seen it. The comments flooded in praise, outrage, fear, jealousy. Some said I was a hero, others called me violent. The spotlight burned either way. Monday morning, I was called to the principal's office. We're investigating. You're not suspended, but you're barred from extracurriculars. The boys' parents might press charges. Of course they would. By lunch, I wasn't just a new girl. I was a symbol of what I wasn't sure. That's when Emma and Lindsay sat down across from me. We saw what you did, Emma whispered. Can you help us? They told me about boys from a rival school harassing them at the bus stop. I'll walk with you, and I'll teach you some basics. That night, my DMs filled up girls asking for help, for advice, for a way to feel less afraid. A few nights later, at that busted bus stop, Brett and his crew showed up. They didn't get far. 3 moves, no punches, all defense. Emma caught it on video. Her brother posted it. Next thing I know, Justice for Alyssa is trending. Teachers are asking me to speak in classes, and the principal wants a word. Not all the comments were kind. Some blamed me, some blamed the boys, others blamed the school. But the thing is, once you light a spark, you don't get to control the fire. Students started coming to Minodes, slipped in lockers, hands shaking, asking for help. So, with Coach Daniel's backing, I started a club defense through dignity. 32 kids showed up. The next week, 60. Emma led peer mentoring. Marcus ran breathing exercises. For the first time since I got here, the silence felt different. Hopeful. Of course, Zach and his crew didn't take it lying down. They plastered flyers, tried to twist the story. Next thing I know, I'm being accused of starting fights, called to the office with my mom beside me, police waiting to ask questions. Administrative leave, then arrest. The town blew up petitions, walkouts, news vans. Students chanting my name outside the station. My mom and Vanessa, my attorney, fighting for me like it was their own skin on the line. The trial was a circus. Zach lying on the stand, his lawyer calling me a weapon, Vanessa cool as ever, playing the long game. Then Emma took the stand, told the truth about what I did for her, what I did for all of them. When the judge finally spoke, it felt like the world was holding its breath. Not guilty, she said. Not just not guilty, she called for an investigation into Zach and his crew for perjury. Within a week, scholarships pulled, students expelled, the whole town forced to look in the mirror. But I didn't celebrate. I went home, stood in the backyard, let the grass cool my feet. My mom brought lemonade. You did it, she whispered. No, we did. I started up the club again, this time for the whole district. Defense through dignity. 40 kids at the first meeting, more every week. Emma led mentoring, Marcus taught mental health. And slowly, the walls came down. Notes pinned to the courage board outside the office. Because of Alyssa. I told my dad I didn't feel safe, and he listened. 6 months later, Principal Redmond called me to the stage, thanked me for reminding the school what courage looks like. I told them I didn't set out to be brave. I just didn't want to be afraid anymore. Sometimes, the fight chooses you, but you still get to choose how it ends. So yeah, this isn't just about karate or bullying or some girl who refused to pay for fake protection. It's about the moment you decide not to shrink anymore. When your silence becomes your legacy, and standing alone makes others realize they never have to. If you've ever felt invisible or scared or doubted your own power, talk about it. Share it, because maybe your voice is the one that'll help someone else take that first step. What'd you have done? Where's the line between standing up and fighting back? Comment below. Let's talk about it. Because courage isn't a solo act. It's the spark that lights up the whole room.